Morning everyone, and happy Memorial Day. It's May 31st. It's the last day of New York Southern Zone spring turkey. It's 46 degrees, and the last weather forecast said that it would just be cloudy, but there's a light rain coming down. I'm sitting just off a field along the game trail that runs right down through here and right across the forest floor. This is a spot that I scouted out back in April, but I have not used it yet the entire month of May for turkey. So being that this is the last day, I thought I'd go back to where I started. Well folks, that wraps up New York State Southern Zone spring turkey season. I was out in the woods for about 3 hours. I was soaking wet. It was raining. But that's hunting. Unfortunately, there wasn't a single sound from a turkey anywhere. I used my box call. I used a goose call for location. I stayed in one spot for all those hours and heard absolutely nothing. So, that's the way it goes. That's why they call it hunting, not catching, right? Too bad it wasn't that simple. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move everything out of the car, and that includes my hunting backpack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to take everything out, the hot hands, the body warmers, the pad that I sit on, my turkey decoy, and anything else that might be sitting around in here, and just give it a good house cleaning. My clothes, if you had seen a video that I did about a week ago, I talked about my hunting clothes, and I do not wash them. Unless, you know, I've been rolling in the mud and they're absolutely filthy. So what I'll do is, since everything is wet, as you can see, I'm just going to clean out the pockets, take gloves out, anything else that's in there. I'm going to hang them up and let them dry. I won't put them in the dryer. I'll let them dry naturally inside the house, since it's a cloudy, rainy day today. Pants are saturated, same thing. I'm going to take the turkey call out, and I'm going to take it out of its box. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to let that dry out. And I will probably just hang the sock and let that dry naturally too. I'm not going to put it into the washer. I know there are plenty of detergents out there that are scent-free, but I prefer not to wash if my clothes are not completely destroyed. So that's what I'm going to do with all of that. My gun got wet today, so what I'm going to do is oop, there goes the coffee. Don't want to mess with that. Come to think of it, I could use a sip. So the gun is unloaded, chambers are empty. It's a double barrel. I'm going to bring it into the house, open it up, take it apart, and open up the case and lay it on top of the case in a spot where I won't be tripping over it. And I'll let it sit for a few days because it's been wet, and that gives it a chance to completely dry out. And then once it does, I'll give it a good going over with the oilcloth. I have not fired the gun. I cleaned it after February 29th, which ended small game in Southern Zone, New York. And I have not fired it the entire time that I've been turkey hunting, which is really a sad thing. But I don't have to clean it, but I'll give it a once over and make sure that everything is copacetic. This bag here holds all of my hunting clothes. All my extras, like lighter gloves, heavier hats, lighter face coverings, you know, things like that. So I'm going to go through that. Also has, you know, warm weather hat. This is a great hat. I didn't really get a chance to wear this year, but this is a good one. So I'll just take everything out. If it's not wet, I won't worry about drying it out. I'll just put it back into my bin and get everything staged so that I can pack it all away until next September. My boots are soaking wet, so I'm going to let those probably sit in the kitchen by the baseboard heater. The heat's not really on, but the kitchen stays warm because I do a lot of baking and cooking, and when the sun hits it, it warms up nice. So these will warm up. Oh, funny story about this boot in particular. I think on the way out of the woods this morning, I was walking through the field, and I believe I stepped on a snake because I could feel something move right under here where the space is. And then I heard something slapping the side of the boot, and I mean, it could have been a weed or a pricker bush or something, but my first thought was, that's got to be a snake, and I think I stepped on it. So at least something happened out there today. But what are you going to do? That's hunting.